Hello, traders, ladies and gents and ladies. I want to talk to you specifically about how you can make money this week. If this is your first week of trading, you don't know anything about it, and you just want to get in there and make a killing. You can do a couple of things. You can flip a coin and click the mouse, or you can have some sort of a strategy going in, and this strategy is one that I think will work more times than not. First thing you're going to do is leave your chart on 4 hours. Okay. That's what I got going on right here. I got a 4 hour chart. This is crude oil. From the 4 hour chart perspective, you can see we've been in a pretty tight little range. 4 hour. This is the high of the range. This is the low of the range. And we've been dancing in between. Are we going to go above? We're going to go below. This little range right here from the last couple of days was pretty nice. We went above it, we went below it. But that's our key. If you were only trading, if you started on this day, you would mark the high and the low of that candle, and you would just wait for one of them to be taken, and then see what happens next. You do not take a trade in the middle of the range. Okay, that's how you're going to make money. If tomorrow is your first day of trading, you're going to wait. So we created a high and a low on Friday. That's the high of the range. That's the low of the range from Friday. So what we would do is wait. What if it goes up and just goes ripping up higher? You could try to get in. You might make some money, but it may chop back down on you. Don't know. But if we just wait and it takes that high, maybe it keeps going, takes this high, and then we get a reversal, or maybe it keeps going. I don't know. Let it go. Wait until you see a low or a high taken and then a reversal. Okay? It's your highest probability setup. I can show you what this one looks like right here in crude. I think this is 4 hour. Yeah, that's at 6 a.m. We went up. I can show you what both of those look like. And we'll go into a 1 minute chart here. Okay? So I already showed them on one of my other videos, the daily reversal pattern videos. But this is that high we took right here. And then we reversed. We came down. We tried to push higher, failed, and then ripped lower all the way down. And we took out the other 4 hour high, which was here. As soon as we took it out, right back to the top of the range in a very rapid fashion. That's what you want to see, those reversals. The only push down we had after this run up was right here, that little candle pushing down. And we got up here, we took out that low and then kept going. You could jump in anywhere along that way and be just fine. I don't know that I would have aimed all the way for the high, but you just take as much profit as you want. That high right there ended up being the target, which is good. But the fact of the matter is a 4 hour high was taken and we reversed, and a 4 hour low was taken and we reversed. Now, is this the only asset you see that on? Absolutely not. The equities is a little bit different animal, but I'll show you NQ. Now this on NQ, we don't want to do a 1 minute. We want to do a 4 hour. A 4 hour NQ. Looks pretty choppy, pretty nasty. Here we had a really tight little 4 hour range that went on for a good long while. Here we had another one. But look at what we were doing. We were taking the low of a 4 hour candle, maybe a couple of ones below, and then we were going back up and taking the high and then coming back down, leaving the low, going back up. It's just we took that high, we pulled back. Right here, we took this green high. So you just look at the previous day, 4 hour candle, high and low. With the equities, you can filter it even to do regular trading hours only. But New York actually starts at 6 a.m. So if you could get that candle in there, that would be helpful. But so with the equities, we wouldn't be taking a trade until a 4 hour high or a 4 hour low gets taken. So in this situation, we took these relative equal highs with this candle, and then we reversed. came all the way back down, took out that 4-hour low, and then went back up. It's a little more difficult to read on a 4-hour chart RTH, but if we look at it from the extended, you can see we took out that low and then we went back up. We took out that high and then we came back down. So you're just looking. You don't do anything until a 4-hour low or a 4-hour high gets taken. ES chart's much cleaner than this. We can look at it. So going into tomorrow with ES, oh, I got a bunch of lines on there I didn't intend to have. On Friday, this is our high, this is our low. This is the last 4-hour candle right here, and it's a doji. This one's a doji. That one's a doji. Indecisiveness in the market. That's the high, that's the low. We mark it. We do nothing until that is taken. It may want to go higher, and it may want to get lower. You don't know that. All you know is when one of these 4-hour highs is taken, something is going to happen. Either it's going to go back up or it's going to go back down. It's going to go down and offer to these. Those are relative equal lows. That's a pretty good target. What if we go up and take that one and then start offering lower? I would be aiming for these. When we got down here and we took this, we took these lows right here. We reacted violently. You can see that. So we're only going to be targeting these 4-hour lows. That's it. When it gets there, you look. Does we have a reversal pattern? Yes. Let's take it. No, let's don't take it. You're only going to take one trade at each of these patterns. You're going to do one micro and you're only going to risk $50. You're going to get as much profit as you can from it. It may be $100, it may be $200, but you're going to aim for the most recent swing high. Maybe you'll aim for the high of let's say it comes down, takes out this low and starts working. You aim for that. That's 200 points away. That's $400 on one micro NQ. For this one, let's see, 40 points times 5. You can do 2 ES with a $50 stop loss, and you usually are okay. It gives you 5 points wiggle room. And so that would be $400 on ES. MES, we're not trading the big contracts, we're trading the micros. Okay, so that's those assets. There's a couple of other ones I want to point out. I want to look at the New Zealand dollar. I was just going through all of these at a 4-hour chart level and just seeing what in the world's going on here. We have a high here that is from a few weeks ago, maybe months ago, way back over here, that it looks like the market is reaching for. So far, we haven't taken it. But look at this big rip up. These are 4 hours. We're just going up and up. It almost looks like a gold chart. We're going up and up and up and up. And now we've consolidated in this 4-hour range. We made relative equal lows at the bottom of this 4-hour range. But the top's still there. What if we take out these 4-hour lows and go higher? We don't know if it's going to, but it might. So we mark out those lows. What I do with these is I have a phone app. The one I use is Moo. I think Webull does it. If any type of brokerage that trades stocks will usually have an alert in there where you can put an alert if your stock hits a certain price. We can do the same thing with a futures contract. Moo is the one I use because I had them back when I was trading stocks. But I'll go in there and I'll put an alert. And it'll ding at me like a doorbell over and over and over again to get me to pay attention. So when I see that level get taken, I'm not even watching the chart. I might be out Ubering or playing a pool game or something, and my phone just starts going ding, ding, ding. I can open up my phone app and look at a 1-minute chart and see, is there a reversal pattern here? If you don't know what a reversal pattern looks like, I have a playlist. And it's called Daily Reversal Patterns. Get in there and look at it, learn what they look like, and when one of these alerts happen, look for it. It may just rip on through here and come all the way to these lows, but it might reverse. Look at it. You don't do anything until you see your reversal pattern. But those 4-hour highs and lows are very important. They have to get taken before you do anything. That's your highest probability if you want to make money next week. We'll look at another one. The Mexican peso. Now, these are full size. I think they move about $6.25 a tick. Look what it did up here. It took out a 4-hour high right here, and then it reacted. If you go back in the chart a little ways, it took out another high over here. I'm thinking, oh, it's been so long, I'm not even going to look for it. Probably on a monthly chart, it might have. But it reacted. It took out that green candle and it reacted. That would be a place you could have looked for a trade on that day. If all we were seeing was this day, and then we see that candle and then we reacted, you could have taken a trade there, made some money. On this day, when that 4-hour high got taken and reacted, you could have made some money. On this day, when that 4-hour high got taken and it didn't react, you could have possibly made some money to the downside. So going into Monday, I'm liking the low. This is a good, clean, straight line. We look bearish. I'm thinking when we start taking these, we might get a reaction back to the upside. Or maybe this one was just taken. Maybe we go back up and we fill into this fair value gap. I don't know that. But I know when that high gets taken, something's going to happen. And I know when this low gets taken, something's going to happen. So I put in my Moo app to alert me when the peso hits there or there. That simple. And then I look for a reversal pattern. Most of the time, you're going to get one. But sometimes you won't. Sometimes you won't. This one, if you put it in there, pushes through. Oh, no reversal, no trade, or I go short. It's your options. You can go short, make money, possibly. Maybe you get whipped back out with another wick. Like this one here, if you took it there and like, oh, we'll go short, leave it trying to get for this low, and then it doesn't get there and it whips back up and stops you out. That happens. That's trading. See, another one I have written down here. Oh, everybody's favorite. My goodness, we got crypto. I don't trade the stuff. I usually don't. I'll just use the micro. I think I already put lines in here. I did. I don't know why I did, but I did. Let me get rid of them because I haven't even looked at this chart. Okay, so Bitcoin. Oh my goodness. We went up. We're pushing super highs, and then we started falling out of bed, making all-time highs. Took out that 4-hour high right there, and goodness gracious, did Bitcoin ever start moving? Everybody thought it was going to 200,000, but not right now. Maybe later. Here's the interesting thing to me. We have these lows right here that could possibly be a reaction point. But right now, we're just going in 4-hour increments. This 4-hour low got taken, and look what happened. We started offering higher in 4-hour candle increments. This 4-hour low got taken, and that one, and what happened? We reacted. We went higher. So we have one right here that's about to get taken. How do we treat that? Well, we put a little line on it. We go to our Moo app or whatever app we're using, and we put in an alert. I happen to know because I got an alert on my phone from Moo that Bitcoin over the weekend traded down below 80,000, which means we're going to be opening most likely in the futures market with a gap down. 80,000 is that low right there. We took that out over the weekend. The actual Bitcoin keeps trading like 24/7, I guess. So maybe we open with a gap down. I don't know. But I know if that high gets taken, something may happen. We may get a reversal. And if this low gets taken or that low gets taken, something might happen. So I'm just going to put an alert in my moo and say, let me know when that high or low gets taken. Because this is such a range looking thing here, I might even move it down to here. And Bitcoin moves quite a bit too. Since I already know that the 80,000 level has been taken, which is this one here, maybe we put an alert there when it rises above it. I don't know. But I know if you want to make money, you wait for that 4 hour high. Look at here. See this candle? What happened whenever we took that 4 hour high? What happened when we took that 4 hour low? See what I mean? Something is going to happen at those levels. Maybe you have an opportunity to make money. Maybe you don't. What happened when we took that 4 hour level? You want to see what a reversal pattern on Bitcoin looks like? Let's look at that one right there. This one right here. And let's go to a 1 minute and see if it looks like the other reversal patterns. Where'd you go, candles? Where's my circle? It don't look right. That's a little off. So this is the one we're talking about right there. So you can see this is the previous 4 hour high. We went up, we took it, and then we had a reversal. Okay. So my typical reversal pattern is we would mark out a breaker. The last down close candle before the run up would be right here. And we would wait for the market to start closing below that. Maybe pull away with a fair value gap and then come back up and retest the area and pull away with a fair value gap. Did we get that in Bitcoin? We dang sure did. Woo! Look at that. So you could have made $150 million betting Bitcoin going to fall out of bed just by looking at those 4 hour highs and lows. See, if there was any others that I was interested in. Did we look at the Aussie dollar? I don't think we did. Let's see, 6. The British pound, Canadian dollar, the euro, I think, was one that I thought might be interesting. We got to go back to our 4 hour. Okay, so yeah, the euro has a low down here. I think when it takes that low, we're going to see a reaction. We'd gone up and up and up, and we took a high from previous time, and then we started offering lower. Look what happened when we took that 4 hour high. We pulled back. When we took the straight line of 4 hour highs, we pulled back. I bet you there's a reversal pattern right there, and I bet you there's a really nice one right there. I bet you there's one right here. We've just taken this 4 hour low. Are we going to push up when we open? Maybe we take out this high right there, and then we offer to this low. Maybe that's a good hypo to look at. So I would go into my Moo app and I would say, when the price rises above 119.09.5, I want to know about it. And when it falls below 101.18625, I want to know about it. I want to see what happens when it gets there. And that's it. You don't even have to sit by your chart. You don't have to take a time out of your day. You can be at work. Your phone dings. Hey, I need a bathroom break. You go in there and you set your order, and you make your money. How simple is that? It works, folks. It works. And it takes all the ambiguity out of it. Will there be days where the market just runs without you? Yes. And you'll be saying, oh, I wish I would have caught some of that. But there'll also be days like this where you're definitely going to make money. Would you rather maybe make money or definitely make money? I prefer to definitely make money. Man, this one was sweet. We took out those lows and wow, did we run up. This is all one day, too, I think. Yeah, the 27th of January. All of that was one day. And you could have made thousands of dollars on that move. And what happened right before it? We took out a whole series of 4-hour lows. I bet you there's a reversal pattern in this wick right here. You want to check? This isn't an asset I even trade, but it's something I've started doing because the equities don't always offer you an opportunity. Sometimes they look like Friday where it's just a choppy mess. But there's other assets that we can trade, and they may be giving you the best freaking reversal signal you ever saw in your whole life. There it is, right there. This is. Did I put the mark on that one? Let's see. Let's go back to that 4-hour and let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking that's not the one I need to see. I need to see when it broke those lows, what happened. These lows right here. Let's start with a 15-minute. Get back there to it. Okay, so I can see a straight line there. Good. And now we'll go to the 1 minute and we'll look for our reversal pattern. See if we had one. The one that I like to see. Okay, so here's all of our lows, kind of in that range here, 4-hour range for a good long while. We push down, we take out something that this thing wants, like right here, maybe that's where the market reacted. And then what happened? We're looking, we got our line marked. We see the range is broken to the downside. You can do two things. You can go short and aim for here, and you would have got smoked. Or you can say, is it possible that's the lowest low? That's our last up close candle. I don't even know if this thing responds to breakers or not. But if it does, we'll know. Okay, so we start ripping higher. I mean, this thing is just running. That's a push lower that failed, a push lower failed, push lower that failed. It's just going. The only fair value gap we have is here. I like to wait for a pullback. I like to see like this high got taken, and we tried to push lower, and we just couldn't. We only stayed in that fair value gap. That might be where I would get long, and I would aim for the high of that range. Now, I would have left a lot of money on the table, but I also would have made some money. Maybe you get I don't know. I don't even know what this one trades with as far as like size. A lot of these uh, full size are 625 a tick or 625 a point, a dollar. Not a dollar, but like a cent. So you just have to get in and play with it in the practice account and make sure you're not going to clean your account out if you're wrong. But on this particular one, man, if you had an inkling we were going higher, woo, you could have made some serious freaking money on that day. But you did. You may even wait till it takes the high of that range and wait for a pullback that refuses to go any lower and get in up here. But man, that you don't usually want to be the first one to the party. You want it to go up, fail to take out the liquidity, and then try to push down again and fail to do that. You need to see that before you jump in. All right. I think you get the idea. Leave your chart, whatever asset you were trading, doesn't matter what it is, leave it at this time frame until you see one of these lows get taken or one of those highs get taken. Otherwise, we do nothing. If you can't sit and watch your chart form 4-hour candles, put an alert in your phone. When one of them gets taken, something will happen. It's either going to continue down or it's going to reverse. That's your money maker. If you've never traded before and you started doing that today, I guarantee you, if that's the only trade you take for the day, you will be profitable. I'm not the one clicking your mouse, so I don't know how many are you going to click 20 times. I don't know. But if you take one trade when you see a reversal at a 4-hour low and you don't put on too much risk, your account will be profitable over time. Guarantee it. Hope y'all enjoy. Hope you have make a whole bunch of money using this strategy. Appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, like the video, please, and subscribe. I would really like for this content to go out to other people. And if the videos are being liked and subscribed and commented on, that makes the algorithm send it out to other people. And I would like for other folks to get these concepts, especially people that are struggling like I did for many, many years with strategies, trying to find a strategy that worked. This strategy works, guys. This strategy works. You don't need any other one. If you have to make money every single time you click the mouse, well, you may. The way I look at it with this strategy, when it takes that 4-hour low and it puts up a reversal pattern, even if it does double tap the low or whatever, I've got 4 chances a day because my stop loss is $50. Let's say I do it once, I lose $50. It pushes a little bit lower, then puts up the reversal pattern. I get in, I make $400. I'm up $350 for the day. That's the way I look at it. If it ends up being a directional day, I try 4 times and I lose $200. My account is locked. I'm done for the day. I come back tomorrow, I mark out my 4-hour highs and lows, and I do it again. And that day, maybe it's a $600 day or a $1,000 day. I had a $1,000 day this week trading crude. So you never know. But don't over leverage. Use those micros. If you haven't seen my video that says how to make $200,000 and over $200,000 in 5 months, go look at that. It's based on $200 a day average across 5 accounts. You will have $200,000 after withdrawing 50 grand, 10,000 a month. You can have $200,000 earned in your accounts. And then you can safely size up. You can't do it when you only have 2 grand in your account. You cannot size up. You will blow your account every time. You may do great for a day or 2 or 3, maybe even a week, maybe even 2 weeks. The day's coming where you're going to blow your account. I guarantee it. So don't size up until you can safely do so.